Great people. Hope everybody's having a happy Tuesday. Last night, Monday Night Raw on Netflix. I'm not gonna say it was a sleeper. I can go with mid, but I'm not completely crapping on it because I felt like there were segments that were decent, that told a story. But there were some really decent things that happened last night, good and bad. And then there was some snooze. There's always going to be some snooze with Triple H's WWE. So the night started off with Logan Paul coming out, and again, I said this yesterday. I'll continue to keep saying it. I love the heat that he generates. People hate his guts. I love it. He comes out, he's talking, Punk comes out. I felt like that was a pretty good... I felt like Logan did good work there. I mean, that is CM Punk you're talking to. I felt like Logan handled Punk really well. He created valid points to Punk. I felt like he was spot on with a lot of things. Of course, Punk come back and he kind of put him in his place before Logan slaps him and takes off. But I feel like at the end of the day, that was a win for Logan. I felt really good about that after that was over for him. I mean, CM Punk's already over. CM Punk's already there. Logan's the one on his way up. And to have the heat that he has, I was really impressed with last night with him. Again, I thought and that set the show off with what I thought was a positive note. I had no gripes about how the show opened with those two. It was after that you had a triple threat match between Penta, Kaiser, and Pete Dunne, Butch, whatever you want to call it. This was an absolute snooze fest. First off, I don't understand. Okay, the right guy won the match, all right? But, and the crowd was killing me because, at one point during this match, and you may have liked the match, and that's fine if you did. That's great. I didn't. It's my opinion. I have many of these. Anyway, it drives me crazy when I hear the crowd chanting, "This is awesome." No, it's not. It is not, and they often do that here lately. They do that on matches that are not... Because you saw one great move, that does not make the match awesome. And I know Penta has been blown up. He's a manufactured wrestler. They're making him out. That's why this was a thing. That's why this entire match was about Penta. Even though he lost, or he technically didn't lose, but he didn't win. He didn't get pinned. Pete Dunne got pinned by Kaiser, so it doesn't hurt Penta. In fact, Penta can now go fight Kaiser and make that a thing. And that's another thing is I don't understand. I feel like this is a demotion for Kaiser. Did Kaiser do something wrong? I don't know if I feel like, did Kaiser do something to Triple H? I don't know if he did something, because why the heck is he in this match? And to me, this is a demotion. And it's three jobbers. At the end of the day, it's exactly what it is. I was just not impressed with this match. Kaiser won. Let's move on. They did a segment with Cena talking about his retirement year. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Why are we here? I'll tell you why we're here, because Cena brings tickets. People will continue to buy tickets. People will continue to tune in. People want to know what's going on with John Cena. Cena's going to generate tickets. Money. And he doesn't have to show up. They just say his name. And give it time for the fact that he's actually going to be there, which will be at Elimination Chamber. So they're good. that's going to generate more money for them than they would have had he not. It's ridiculous. I get it from a marketing standpoint, it's genius. But I don't have to like it, and I'm not going to. I think it's stupid. You're wasting our time. Especially if he comes to the chamber and wins. You mean to tell me you haven't won a match in 5 years? You come runner-up in the Royal Rumble, and you're going to win the Elimination Chamber match? What? Do you know how dumb that is? It's just stupid. Anyway, that segment was quick, and thank God it was. The next, they were doing an interview with Rhea Ripley up in the Raptors. I think Rhea Ripley, she's talking about Chamber, and she's talking about fighting Io Sky Monday for the title. Look, guys, I don't say it enough. Rhea Ripley's overrated. She can't cut a promo to save her life, and she never wrestles. I don't even know, I've only seen her fight a handful of times, and I don't know how good of a wrestler she is. I don't. She could be great. The fact of the matter is, she can't cut a promo. I don't care what anybody says. I've seen enough to know that. She can't cut a promo to save her life. And what is this guy doing in the middle of the street? She can't cut a promo to save her life, and she never wrestles. Those two things right there, you're overrated, and in my opinion, shouldn't have the title. Io is a fighter. Io is awesome. She's undoubtedly, in my opinion, the best wrestler in the WWE, female wrestler in the WWE. She should have a title, if not the world, and at least minimum, she should have the Intercontinental. So there's that. Moving on, because Neo did show up at that little interview up in the Raptors, and bless her heart, she don't speak a whole lot of English. She tries, but all she said was pretty much, "I'm going to beat you. You've never beat me, and I'm going to beat you Monday." Blah 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 blah. Either way, we know who's going to win that. Rhea's going to win, and I hate it. She don't get me started on it, man. Just let me be. Because I'm telling you right now, there's a couple of people that are in the same boat with me. They're in the trash boat with me right now. That's John Cena, Rhea Ripley, these people that are not here. Roman Reigns, which I'm a huge fan of, he's in that boat now. New Day comes out, and they're going to have a match with LWO. Now, here's where I'm going to go with this, because I don't even care, right? All I have to say about this match is how the crowd reacted to New Day, right? New Day is so dead. Their heel turn just went to absolute garbage. I don't know why they drug their feet on this. Oh, I know why. Because Triple H likes to slow cook. And slow cook isn't always a good thing. And I don't understand when they're going to get this through their heads. Not everything has to be slow cooked. And they want to slow cook everything, and it destroys people's careers. It destroys storylines. Not everything has to be slow cooked, man. This is something that should have been acted on a long time ago. New Day should have had the title belts already as heels. They should have already made an impact as heels. They have done nothing. They have been slow. Were they even on the Netflix debut? And that was right after all of this happened with them. There's so much they could have done with them earlier on as heels, and they've drugged their feet with this entire storyline, and now the crowd doesn't care. I mean, there was barely any reaction last night with this. This match was a snooze. It was a snooze fest. This match was who cares? That's all I can say is again, I'm not upset with this show. This show was hit and miss on a lot of segments, but man, the ones that missed, this is one of them. They missed. This was a miss. The triple threat match I talked about earlier, miss. I felt like there was some things that could have happened They just didn't, but they had some hits, but the misses were just absolute abysmal. It's bad. I don't even remember who. I'm assuming New Day won. I don't even rate. Don't even win the match. That's how much I did not care, man. For real. All right, then let's see. Okay, speaking of ruined careers, then you had Gunther come out, right? Gunther comes out and he's talking about everybody and you know, he's going to come out and he's going to fight, right? He's going to fight, and he brings out Tozawa, right? And they're going to fight. And, you know, and the bell rings. And after he goes on this, you know, 5-minute rant, right? Tozawa comes out, and Tozawa's actually doing things. Like, this should have been literally a 60-second match. You talk about killing somebody's career. They are doing it with Gunther. Because here's my thing, dude. He won. Who cares? And then they had this whole thing with Otis, and it was stupid. I'm not even going to get into it. Who cares? Here's my. You watched it. So here's my thing. Like, Gunther. They're killing him. They're killing him. What happens at... Because we all know. We already know Jay's going to beat him at WrestleMania. Like, we already know that. Like, that's happening. They built it up. We know what's coming, right? There's no way out of it. Jey Uso is going to beat Gunther at WrestleMania 41, right? Whether we like it or not, that's going to happen, right? And good for Jay. But my thing is what happens to Gunther? Like, his career is done. Like, how do you recover from how he's being done? Since Crown Jewel, I don't know what he did to somebody, but I think he's done something to somebody. But they have completely just trashed him and his story since Crown Jewel with Cody. Like, I don't know what he did. I don't know what happened. But, man, dude, they just completely dropped the ball with Gunther after Crown Jewel. And this is just bad. So I don't know what they're going to do with him. All right, after the Gunther's train wreck, we had Lara versus Dakota Kai for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, Lara wins. Who cares? Dakota is, in my opinion, a far better wrestler than Lara. I don't know what they're going to do with Lara. To me, this match is more about Lara. I mean, more about Dakota Kai. With me, anyway. Like, where does she go from here? She's way more talented than Lara. She's probably one of the more talented girls in the company, and has no gold. Never has any gold. Has had any gold. So I just don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with her. But now, Ivy Nile did come out at the end and made her mark. She beat up Lara pretty bad at the end. She's, you know, of course, they had an interview later, and they're like, "Are you trying to, you know, submit yourself in the Intercontinental situation to get a rematch or whatever?" And she's like, "Yeah, duh," you know. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what she was doing." But I do feel like she should take the title off Lara. But then again, I say that just about anybody. Lara's not anywhere near. I'm not saying she's not a good wrestler, because I do think she is, but like in terms of putting in time and being talented, like she's not in the top 3 to 5 women in the company. She's not. So I don't think she should be Intercontinental Champion. I need to see more from Ivy Nile, but I like Ivy Nile, and she's a heel, so I'm automatically going to pull for her. Anyway, I won't stay too much on that one. Then you had the Braun Breaker versus Dom Mysterio for the Men's Intercontinental Championship. I was excited about this one because y'all know I love Dom. I'm a big Dom fan, but I knew going in he was not going to win. He comes out with Carlito and Finn Balor, which I thought at the time was a good idea. But they ended up costing him the match in the interference, and I was like, you know, I'm hoping they bring this up later, you know, because I felt like Dom was holding his own. Dom was actually doing pretty decent with Braun Breaker, and I just felt like, I mean, that's what I want for Dom. I want an Intercontinental Championship for Dom, and I feel like this could come back later, and he could throw it up and Balor's face and be like, bro, I could have won without you making an interference, man. You got me disqualified. I could have won that match, you know? Made that a story. That's all I'm going to say on that match, because there's nothing really to say there. There's no feud between those two. Then you had a Sammy segment. He's talking about Kevin showing up at his house, and then how he talks about him going to Kevin's house and talking to his mom, which I thought was funny. I was like, where are they going with this mom thing? This could get interesting, and they didn't do that. But I thought that was funny. Anyway, it was kind of boring, but whatever. I guess it had. WWE's getting creepy with their crap. And then of course, the big segment of the night, you had Cody Rhodes come out. And my thing is why is he on Raw? Because they want to draw this whole soul thing out as far as they could possibly take it. That's why. But okay, they saw the reaction online. Everybody talking about this soul thing. So Cody shows up to Raw because he's gonna talk about it. I can't stand the way Cody talks. Like, oh my god. Like, I had to go back and watch some. I watched some old AEW. You know, and he didn't really do, like, his accent, the way he talked and the way he did things, it wasn't this bad. It wasn't like this. I don't like it. I don't like this Cody Rhodes character. I just don't. But, whatever. Anyway, Seth Rollins comes out, pretty much, you know, tells him, what are you even doing? What are you even thinking about? You know, the fact that you didn't slap Rock when he said that to you was a slap in my face for sacrificing everything. I really love that part, because I was huge on Seth Rollins last year. I did say at that time, as soon as he came out and got hit with the chair by Roman, I said MVP. 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 Seth Rollins is definitely the MVP of WrestleMania 40. And he deserved every bit of that praise. Absolutely. I mean, he sacrificed his championship for Cody, and he did. And you know, I don't know, that segment was pretty deep. It made me also think about could Seth sell his soul to Rock? He could. I mean, he's done it before. He was Authority. You know, he hit Roman in the back of the chair, joined Triple H and the Authority, and he's done it before. I wouldn't put it past him to do it again. So that's something you got to watch out for. I do think that if last night's segment wouldn't have happened with him, I could see maybe Seth. But I think that kind of put that to bed last night. They wanted us to know Seth's not going to be the one who joins Rock. That was their way of telling us that. It's not going to be Seth. So we're going to do this segment. Or I could be completely, you know, backwards, and they're actually hinting that it could be him. It could be either way. I mean, you never know with this creative team. You just don't know what rock they're smoking that day. Pardon my French. But anyway, tell me, that is what I want to hear on y'all's opinion down below, man. Right in the comment section under that. Then you had the main event, which I thought was going to be a snoozer. You had challengers Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez against Bianca and Naomi for the women's tag team titles. Now, I'm going to say this, and you can ask my son because he was watching it with me. I said when the show started, Liv Morgan and Rhea Rodriguez are about to win the women's gold. And he was like, why do you say that? I said, because they're wearing matching attire. They never do that. They never wear matching attire, ever. Last night they were wearing matching attire. Like, they gave it away. Like, why all of a sudden would they be wearing matching attire? They've never matched, ever. Ever. Liv's always worn a t-shirt and shorts or whatever, the Daisy Dukes. And even when she is in wrestling attire, like, she's not wearing anything that looks like Raquel's wearing. They never match, ever. But last night they matched, and I was like, they're gonna win, and they won. It's a dub. It's a dub. But that was a pretty decent match too. And Dom was out there. They kept going back and forth, and it was a pretty big deal. Now that Naomi and Bianca are no longer champions, now the Jade Cargill thing, because they made that a big deal too, and they did a segment with her, and they drew this whole thing out. Now we'll come to terms with that, and maybe now that they're not carrying the belts, they'll focus more on that, because the belts won't be a play anymore. So, but that also tells me that Liv Morgan's not winning the Elimination Chamber match. I still haven't made my mind up on who's going to win the females. If I had to pick one today, I'd pick Alexa Bliss. But I don't. It's just a weird match, and I don't know who to pick. I'm going to pick Alexa Bliss, but only because I like her the most. And I don't really know. You know, you kind of got to go. I feel like you got to go with a Raw, a Monday Night Raw person, and that kind of takes Bliss out because she's SmackDown. So I don't know. That whole thing's kind of weird. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Either way, I'm 21 minutes in. I'm gonna get off here. I hope you guys enjoyed my rant today, my thoughts. Sorry about yesterday's show. My video cut off. I couldn't get. Apparently my storage was full and I had to take care of it. If you guys aren't subscribe to the channel. I'm here 7 days a week, and we're always talking wrestling, man. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday, and we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.